Well, I hope to God that eventually we find out that maybe Caitlin Clark was asked to do this and maybe she said no. Because if that's not the case, then the WNBA and the Players Association, the WNBA PA, and the league, to be honest, continue to disrespect the far and away biggest draw that this women's hoops league's got that they've ever seen.
Imagine being the league's spokesperson, setting records, packing venues, and then being passed over for a merchandise launch as if you were an intern. Yes. A.A. Wilson and Angel Reese were recently chosen by the WNBA Players Union over Caitlin Clark. Additionally, the internet is essentially on fire. Is this a petty ploy, a power maneuver, or just poor PR clothed in team colors? This tea is hotter than a courtside seat at a Liberty game, so fasten your seatbelt.
Jealousy and sheer incompetence are going to be the three main reasons why the WNBA never reaches the popularity, never reaches the shine that they think they deserve. Stubbornness, incompetence, and jealousy are going to be the reasons why Caitlin Clark remains at the mountaintop and nobody else ends up even being close to joining her up there. And it's all the WNBA, the players, the executives, Kathy Engelbert. It is all their fault. They're far too jealous. They're far too stubborn. And from a business sense, they are all far too incompetent. What am I talking about?
That's where the issue is. Caitlin isn't particularly contentious. She's not that new. No, her excessive success is the problem. She is the athlete whose jersey is selling like limited edition Beyoncé merchandise. It's her who doubles TV ratings and fills arenas. Yes, the optics are acceptable. The feelings are even better than the finances. We've hit the landmine, I see. We won't be discussing unity if Caitlin's merchandise quickly sells out while everyone else's is gathering digital dust. We are discussing reality.
And they don't want that.
Their biggest draw, their biggest revenue churner, the biggest ratings, viewership draw, attendance draw, the whole, if it's a draw, Caitlin Clark's bringing them in droves and lined up to come in the door. I'm awaiting a record, some kind of a record rating for her return the other day against the Liberty. I'm awaiting for that viewership rating to come in for television. I got a question. If you were going to market a product and the WNBA was going to be officially involved in it, would Caitlin Clark not be the number one overall draft pick that you would have? Well, to the Players Association and the people involved with it, I guess not. And this is baffling to me. It's terrible business. It is failed business.
Therefore, they chose to act as though the tsunami didn't exist rather than raising the swelling tide that may carry the entire league. Excellent. It's similar to planning a pizza party and excluding the cheese because you don't want to upset the crust. The bad news is that the flavor is not carried by the crust. The flavor is Caitlin. And this league only attempted to persuade everyone that flavor is irrelevant if it is not politically advantageous. Furthermore, this isn't about who can dunk in warm-ups or who is black or white. This is about what occurs when the accepted plot doesn't lead to brilliance. The old guard is unsure whether to applaud or call security when someone passes all of the gatekeepers with unadulterated talent, a strong work ethic, and a radar lock aim from the logo. Not that they didn't anticipate Caitlin Clark's arrival. They didn't want her to come. And now that she's here, they're missing every opportunity to take advantage of it without appearing to acknowledge that she altered the course of events. What is the plan, then? It seems to be a combination of corporate cowardice and passive-aggressive exclusion. The nod went to A.A. Wilson and Angel Reese. Indeed, they have fan bases, are talented, and are marketable.
NBA Players Union chooses Angel Reese over Caitlin Clark in social media posts. Now, to be fair to Angel Reese, it wasn't just Angel Reese. It was everybody not named Caitlin Clark. It was everybody the old guard thinks is a star, not named Caitlin Clark. This is absolutely pathetic, absolutely embarrassing, and we are going to show you why momentarily. WNBA's Players Union chooses Angel Reese over Caitlin Clark in social media post originally appeared on Athlon Sports. Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark and Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese have not exactly had fortunate starts to the 2025 WNBA season.
But let's not pretend that this decision wasn't made with the goal of maintaining a balanced merchandise market. Heavily forbid a rookie white lady from Iowa make everyone else's sales seem like discount bins, even if that meant ignoring the athlete who would outsell everyone put together. The unfortunate thing is that this is more than just a lost chance. It serves as a mirror for the league's own shortcomings. Growth, visibility, and money are what they want, but they want it on their terms. Additionally, Caitlin Clark doesn't follow that script. She arrived, unintentionally exposed the system, and dropped buckets. They are now attempting to capsize the boat while grinning for the cameras rather than riding that wave. In this type of chess, checkmate is declared after someone flips the board mid-aim. Everyone witnessed it, even if the league pretends it was for diversity, representation, or whatever catchphrase makes the exclusion seem honorable. Everybody sensed it. In the name of inclusivity, you don't bench your MVP. That isn't a strategy. That is sabotage under the pretense of emotion. Furthermore, they would have included Caitlin Clark, who is a formidable force, if this had been about justice or equity. So let's not overlook the underlying message. Instead, we heard a faint murmur that said, "You can be great, but don't be too great, not too fast, not too loud." They have been humming the same worn-out song for ages.
I'm just in shock. I'm in shock. So you've got a lot of the biggest names in the entire WNBA here. You've got Aja, you've got Kelsey Plum, you've got Paige Beckers, you've got Angel Reese, you've got Fee, you've got Cameron Brink, you've got Sabrina. So you've got a lot of the bigger names, if not the biggest names. The biggest names in the entire WNBA right here. And who's not there? It's Caitlin Clark. And if you guys have not seen this right here, FM cases and the WNBPA. The WNBPA. So this is 3 days old. I got sent this email today. I actually, in fairness, I did see a tweet, not including the most popular player. This is how much they hate Caitlin misspelled.
Be outstanding, but don't overshadow the veterans. Set records, but do it discreetly. Make sure no one feels outperformed while selling tickets. Caitlin, meantime, continues to appear, grinning, and shoot threes from the parking lot. She is the unavoidable storm, and rather of embracing it, they are attempting to fill the gaps with PR band-aids. It's comical, similar to witnessing someone stand in front of a burning scoreboard and deny there is a fire. Additionally, the quiet from some quarters grows louder each time she delivers on the court. She is indisputable, not because she is incorrect. Ironically, this rejection just served to enlarge her. Although the purpose of the merchandise launch may have been to ignore her, it ended up serving as a lesson in what not to do with your most lucrative celebrity. The media, sponsors, and fans all took notice. Those who believed that this exclusion would go unnoticed like a lazy layup are the only ones feigning ignorance. It didn't, spoiler alert. It hit them hard with a dunk. However, the WNBA is preoccupied with identity politics rather than basic economics. They are curating participation awards rather than taking advantage of a generational moment. They are acting as though Caitlin's momentum doesn't exist rather than embracing it. For example, supporters are unable to see what is going on with their own eyes. For example, we are unable to Google ticket prices or jersey sales. For example, we are unable to distinguish between artificial equality and talent. Let's just call it what it is. This was not a mistake. It has nothing to do with timing. There was no clerical error. This was intentional. The message was also very obvious. You can't break in, but you can shatter records. Not until you follow their instructions, move at their speed, and wear their uniform.
The exact abuse that they're giving Caitlin Clark right now to Sabrina Ionescu. Like, let's be real, you can look. If you read what some of these things have said about Sabrina Ionescu before Caitlin Clark walked in the league, but now they have the new bully victim. And it's so funny looking at it where you're like, all these. It's so clear that these people, it's just an anti-Caitlyn people, because it's like an enemy of my enemy is my friend, where it's like they are these individual pages where you look at the players they hype up, and Paige Beckers, and by the way, for by all accounts, Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark are friends. They'll have their profile's Angel Reese, and the players are going to hype up as Paige Beckers because she is a rival to Caitlin Clark. And let's be real, that's an actual rivalry. Paige Beckers is really damn good.
That blueprint was not followed by Caitlin Clark. She rewrote it, which is precisely why she is being excluded from a campaign that ought to have been hers. The sales would have told the truth if Caitlyn had been involved, and that fact would have made some people feel extremely diminished. They therefore took the next best action. They pretended that her achievement was the result of a malfunction in the system, as if she had simply wandered into the W and tripped over 1 million admirers. However, the weakness of a system designed to preserve the status quo was the single thing that Caitlin Clark stumbled across. What's crazy is that fans are aware of it.